What would be a early warning sign of someone that is maybe behaviorally misaligned to their role? What would a hiring manager, what should they be looking for?
Yes. What we usually see, it's interesting. We know people can adapt, and so they adapt to, they can adapt to most anything for a little while. And so, what a lot of my clients we see in their businesses, especially as I'm first going in, is we see a lot of that what I call churn, that turnover at 90 to 120 days, you know, and what happens is those employees come in and they're fantastic, right? For a couple of months. They're amazing. They'll do whatever, anything you ask them to do, they're going to do. Right? And then all of a sudden, around 90 days, they start going, yeah, I don't really want to do that. I don't really like that. All right. Or so there's a little pushback. Then we see them showing up late or they're leaving early or they're just kind of half-assing their work, right? Nothing's ever really complete. And so we see some of those warning signs, and then we start to see, in a longer term employee, we might see PTOs used up when we're in March, right? And they've already taken all their days off for the year. I mean, so a lot of those things can happen. Those are warning signs that somebody they're struggling to get up in the morning and show up and put on a brave face because they just don't like it.
Interesting. I recently, I now have a HR person to help me because I was hiring based on empathy or not necessarily. So I have somebody helping me screen, but I did have somebody of that same, raring to go at the beginning and within 90 days totally fizzled out. So that is spot on. I also experienced that. What about high performing employees? How come sometimes maybe they will fail when they're promoted? What does that ever happen? Or like, they're doing really good, so you just wanna keep giving them more work, and is it too much work? Or how can is there something that can be balanced with, like, a predictive, the PI information that can kinda help them support that promotion?
Yeah. The first thing we need to remember is just because somebody's good at their job doesn't mean they're good at managing people. Okay. Those two things do not necessarily coincide. Somebody's got to want to be a manager. I remember one of my first bosses told me managing's about ego. It's because I want to manage people. And that's how you grow in the business and whatever in your career path. Part of the challenge, Rachel, is we anoint people as managers and we say, all right, you're a manager, go get them. And we assume that because they're good at what they were doing, that they're going to be good at managing people. And that's rarely the case. So, what I do with my clients and what Predictive Index has tools built around is how do I bring in somebody, especially a first time manager, and teach them the skills to managing people?